Hey, I'm Tony K, and we're going to take a look at the Man of Steel Split Cycle Superman with Break Apart Motorcycle, approved for ages 4 and up. I picked this guy up while shopping for the next wave of Transformers figures because it was making me feel nostalgic for this 1980s Superman figure that I had when I was a kid. Let's move on and get this figure out of the package. I'd like to take this opportunity to show other collectors out there how I like to get my figures out of the blister pack. Because someday I'll probably want to eliminate part of my collection, and I'll probably get a couple bucks more for the figures if they still have a nice appearance in their packages. Otherwise, if you're buying this for a kid, you might as well just rip that plastic right off the cardboard. Now I can have my figure, or package it back up. Put it back on the shelf, put it in the closet, sell it at a yard sale, sell it to a collector's market, sell it on eBay. There's a big brown dirty fingerprint on my package. I haven't noticed that with any action figures that I bought before. So, it's kind of gross. I hope I don't see it again. I hope it doesn't smell like poo. I'm going to get my figure out. It's kind of a soft, rubbery motorcycle. Hard and soft at the same time. A little stiff. A clear elastic band. Rubber, plastic, something. My cape has a plastic piece running through it, like you might see in an article of clothing, running through a hole in the plastic tray. And the cape is running through a slit in the back of the plastic tray, so you want to be careful pulling that out. I think I'm going to clean this before I put this package away, so we'll just set that aside for now. We've got our motorcycle in 2 parts, nicely detailed on both sides as far as little gray motorcycles with no rolling wheels goes. It's got a kickstand to keep it upright, and it looks like Superman could even drive it away. We have pivot at the hips, a hinge on the elbows, not exactly a ball joint, but a post running into the chest with a hinge on the shoulder. The head appears as though it may be a ball joint, but with a thick neck there's not much up and down articulation, just side to side articulation. And a nice fabric cape. I mentioned earlier texture in the suit. Looking at the figure up close, you can see the detailing of the costume along the side and on the leg, and you can start to see the texture and the head. I imagine they're still hand sculpting these the prototypes for these figures, but I imagine someday they will simply do a 3D scan of the actor. And we might see some really detailed action figures in the $5 to $10 range. Someday. There's the cape. Underneath the cape, a lot more of the design work along the back and waist. Behind the knee. We've also got tracking numbers, lot numbers perhaps. And on the foot, made in China. I don't see any 2013 on this figure. Maybe that is the S13? One thing that I'm not sure whether I like or dislike is that this section of the cape is painted and this entire section of the neck was like glued in or something. Of course, I remember in the 80s, my cape came with just a plastic ring through it that clipped on around the neck, and of course, I lost the cape at some point in time. Lost the figure at some point in time after that. So this would make you less likely to lose your cape, but more likely to rip your cape out and not be able to put it back in. Of all the 4-inch figures available, I chose the split cycle Superman because he seemed to be the most screen accurate in terms of color and design. That concludes my review. Thank you folks for watching.